Okay, welcome everyone. I'm so excited for this call tonight, and I know many of you have been very excited to learn from Wendy Campbell tonight. And
Now, Charlie,
honestly,
let's face it. If
oops,
you're like
sorry,
us, you
Okay, got it.
you got the muted.
Yes.
Okay. So it is such an honor to introduce Wendy Campbell to you tonight. And I want you to really listen as I share the incredible life and professional experience that Wendy brings to all of us. She graduated from the University of Hawaii School of Nursing and has extensive experience in the areas of medical surgical, pediatrics, as a supervisor of ER and OR, supervisor for a hospital and family health clinic in Hawaii, psychiatric nursing, and more. And as far as Juice Plus, Wendy has been associated with the Juice Plus company for 30 years. Is that right, that your 30th anniversary is coming up in May, Wendy?
Yes, I cannot believe it. Yes.
Wow. So happy anniversary early. Wendy attained the national marketing director level in 16 months and the presidential marketing director in less than 3 years. And she is currently a presidential marketing director plus the highest level in our business. Wendy has earned so many rewards and recognition over the years, and she received the Juice Plus company's most esteemed recognition of all, which is the Founders Award at the Memphis Leadership Conference in October of 2008. And I remember that well. And I remember feeling so blessed and so fortunate to be a part of her organization, a part of her team. And I still feel that way more and more every single year. The Campbell team consists of over 180 national marketing directors, and this team of NMDs has gifted the Juice Plus community with brilliance, leadership, creativity, and passion consistently over those 30 years. And many of the resources and tools that we use today have come from Wendy and the leaders in her team. She has such a loving, sharing community of leaders, and all the way through her organization. She continues to be a regular featured speaker for the Juice Plus Company's national and international leadership conferences, regional workshops, boot camps throughout the US, and various other countries and continents. And Wendy and her husband, Jim, live in the beautiful mountains of Montana. They've been married for 42 years. They have 3 children and 5 beautiful grandchildren that I know Wendy adores. And Wendy's motto is to honor God and serve people. And she certainly does that on a daily basis. She pours into our Juice Plus community and into the countless lives of others. Personally, Wendy has been one of the most influential mentors and leaders in my life, and she's taught me and so many others the power of our message, why we have so many reasons to be very passionate and confident in sharing both our amazing products and the freedom and choices that our business opportunity provides. So we are so incredibly blessed to hear from you tonight, Wendy. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be here to share your experience, your insights, your passion, and everything that you are with this team. So I'm just going to turn it over to you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I feel so blessed to be invited to be able to speak with you guys because this is the passion of my life. And I'm hoping that you capture all of it, right? So yes, the wow is in the mission. So 30 years ago, I didn't want to do it though. I didn't want to be a salesperson. I didn't want a job. If you've ever listened to my Wow in the Why health lecture, right, you'll hear this story. And though what happened was this article changed the direction of my life. It's when I learned about the controversy over fragmented make-dosed vitamins and phytochemicals. That was the first time I learned about plant chemicals and how God put a whole pharmacy, right, in all of the colors of the rainbow of the produce. And so it created that I wanted to learn more, right? We only had one brochure at the time and no research. And my neighbor who had shared this with me brought up sharing Juice Plus with other people at the same time as she brought up Juice Plus. And I just kind of had a pushback, I'm going, oh, I don't know, right? And though what happened was the 5-a-day campaign was going on at that time, get your 5-a-day fruits and vegetables. So we started hearing more and more about the whys of why we needed fruits and vegetables. And then all of a sudden I looked around and I thought, oh my gosh, when I was supervisor of a clinic in Hawaii from the mid 70s to the early 80s, I know that sounds old to me too, but I am old. I'm 72 years old, right? But when I thought back, I thought, oh my gosh, at that time, I never took care of one child with diabetes. And now it is epidemic in our country, right? And I only took care of one child with cancer. And now there are clinics and hospitals popping up all over the place that are geared for nothing but pediatric cancer. And I wanted to know why, right? So it was the education that captured my attention. And here we are, almost 50 years later from me becoming a nurse, right? Almost 50 years later. And cancer is the second leading cause of death in children ages 1 to 14. And then look at this, by 2060, type 2 diabetes will increase by nearly 700%. And type 1 diabetes by 65% for kids under the age of 20. This is a dramatic surge. And so no complacency. When I do my health lecture, it's all about no complacency. We hear these stats and we just blow it off, right? Well, I didn't blow it off. I took a deeper look at Juice Plus because absolutely it's the next best thing to fruits and vegetables, right? And I always tell everybody, eat as many fruits and vegetables as you can shove into your mouth. But the fact is that this gives us such a peacefulness, right? When we know that we're getting the basics. And it's the most simple thing you can do for your health. And then I remembered who I was. I am old, and I am so proud to tell you that I was able to grow up in the 60s, and we were standing up. We were standing up for African American rights. I didn't even know what in Southern California at that time, right? But I knew what was right. We were standing up for equal pay for women, equal rights in general. And the thing of it is now, children born in the year 2000 or later are not expected to outlive their parents, right? So what President Kennedy was harping about, and he talked about this all the time. One person can make a difference and everyone should try. So I'm so grateful that I was born at a time when we were not going to be complacent. And then now, though, Juice Plus capsules are the most researched nutritional product of their kind, 48 research publications, and the majority are based on the gold standard research methodology of double-blind, placebo-controlled, many of them crossover, right? Published in peer-reviewed medical journals. And then now we have this, we've got Healthy Starts for Families, where we get to gift, right? From age 4 to 25, so that every family can afford to be able to be fed well. And honestly, for a family of 4, it's kind of like getting Juice Plus at half price, right? So we get to empower families, and I get to be with this company, and so do you, that just gives and gives and gives. St. Jude's, oh my gosh, the amount of dollars and cents that we have poured into our nation. We even gift the Tower Garden to Boys and Girls Clubs. You're going to want to find out more about that. So yes, all of a sudden I'm going, whoa, we've got to tell the world, right? It's an ethical and moral responsibility to pay forward what we're learning. Now, what I just did with you was I was giving you my mission-driven why. That was my mission-driven why, not about money at this point at all, right? I was living in a wonderful house. My husband was high corporate. I was helping out in this kid's school when Juice Plus was introduced to me. I was helping out 3 mornings a week. And even though I was a nurse, I was a stay-at-home mom, 43 years old. My kids were 6, 10, and 11. So no, this was not a money-oriented why at that time. until I started meeting people, though, who did need more income. They needed it, right? And the Lord just laid it on my heart that I had to speak up about all of it. And the fact is our Juice Plus company cares as much about your finances as they do your health. This could be philanthropy for you. It could be part-time magic, or it could be a full-on mission-driven career. But our Jay Martin, our founder of this company, his vision statement was to build a stable and lasting company that would help as many people as possible realize their dreams. And when my husband, who we were able to, he came home, he joined me in our company. He left a 6-figure income job within, about 6 or 7 years, I believe it was. Unbelievable. But I would have him talk about this vision statement, and he would spend 10 minutes on it, because in corporate America, it wasn't about helping people realize their dreams. It was helping people realize the dreams of the company, mostly market share and money, right? So this made sense to me. So yes, we get to give hope. We get to pay forward hope for health, hope for designing our future and beginning to dream it again, right? Because we have the ability to be able to create that income that will support our families in a different way. And mostly this for waking to passion and purpose and truly making a difference in the world. And then we get to mentor others. That's what I'm attempting to do with you, right? To mentor you, to give you that boldness and confidence. And I believe that you were handpicked by God if you're on this team. So just for a second, you might want to think about this. How are you? Is your life thriving? Are your finances thriving? Are your relationships thriving? Do you love what you do as a career every day? Is your time flexibility and freedom thriving? Is your faith thriving? Is your health and wellness thriving? We never really sit down and think about that, but I did love my career. I loved being a nurse. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about going back to work, not because we needed money, right? I was going to go back into nursing just about the same time as that neighbor shared Juice Plus with me. It's just that I had the ITC syndrome. I'm too cool to do network marketing. I was hung up on that, right? But in today's world, honestly, it's more like, what are you doing? Who are you an affiliate for, right? It's a completely different world today. So forgive me for not jumping on this right away. So thinking about what do you want? Well, let's get our own whys in place. This is your number one objective, and it changes up all the time. Let's get your own whys in place for both your mission-driven whys, but also your income-driven whys, Those people that have both a mission-driven and an income-driven why tend to go the fastest, okay? Now, I'm not going to go through all of this with you, but on our boards, I do want you guys to pull up the 30 reasons why I am proud of and love my Juice Plus business by me, but it wasn't by me. It was by my team about probably 28 years ago. I asked everybody on my team, why are you here, right? And this is the exact same words that I have had on this paper for all of these years. So they're all similar, right? Some of them are very, very much mission-driven and altruistic. I love gifting health to my family and everyone I know and don't know yet. I love sharing education on nutrition and health. I love that my family is not on medication or going to the doctor as much, and that I actually have the ability to change the health picture of others, right? And then the integrity of the company, the longevity, the research, the support, the fact that there are no boundary restrictions and that my children can continue our business when I'm gone. But then what about the income driven? I love that we've paid off our Visa bill and are actually saving now, right? That it's music to my ears when a partner tells me that. I love actively building towards vacations, college tuition fund, church contributions, and retirement. And my spouse and I are actively working together towards the goal of both of us being able to have this as a home-based business, because they saw our family the way that Jim and I were able to have that flexibility and freedom, right? And then what about the you? I love having hope again for the future. I love that I'm more in touch with me. I'm giving myself permission to grow. I love that I have a sense of purpose in life. I'm getting out, seeing more, doing more, and learning all the time in our Juice Plus community, the most servant-hearted, caring, loving people in the world, right? So yes, our mission and income-driven whys. And then our number 2 objective is casting the vision for others and helping them define their mission and income-driven whys. And the sheet that I just went over, in 30 years, it's the best way that I know to help people to start dreaming and creating their own story, their own whys. Okay. And then I love this quote from Helen Keller: alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. And honestly, guys, customers are wonderful and we feel so great, but team is where the wealth is. And I don't just mean wealth in dollars and cents. I mean the wealth of the friendships and the relationships. Okay. But getting your whys and updating your whys, right? Very important, because your whys turn into your story, and your story is your number 1 tool. I changed my story and we changed our life. Oh my gosh. I don't have time to tell you all the wonderful things that we have been able to do as a family and the choices that we've had. But here's the thing: we all have our own story and we stay attached to our story. This can actually stop us, though, from growing and living. You want to make your life better, you got to change your story and change your life. And getting started always begins with the heart. The gift of education turns into the gift of health, that turns into the gift of team, of invitation to the team. And we don't have the right to hold any of these gifts back, okay? Mission driven, right? That statement about children born in the year 2000 or later are not expected to outlive their parents. That means that if kids are like 23, 24 years old, right now, they're not expected to live as long as their parents did. Let's not be complacent about it. But now, this was an interesting statement. I loved this. There's been a massive shift in the way people work today. This new way of working is here to stay. Job flexibility for moms to stay home with your children. Millennials, time flexibility to do the things you love. They're not willing to buy into the trading time for dollars, like, maybe the baby boomers were, right? And the baby boomers want to create a better life and say yes more often. They want that freedom, and everybody can use additional income. But I loved this new statement: earn a living while making an impact. Why is that a twist? Because we're making a difference every day in the lives of others while we are making income. Honestly, it's the most beautiful business plan ever. And yes, when you look at this whole compensation plan all the way up from beginning as a partner down here, moving up to the top commission level of sales coordinator, there's a couple $1,000s right there. And then moving into the leadership track, that's the next step after sales coordinator, is qualifying senior sales coordinator. And just know that there's over $110,000 possible as you make this climb. But I don't like to think in terms of chasing title rewards, okay? What happens is, as you're moving up, your monthly check is growing. And that's when you guys, as a family, you can make choices that you never, ever even dreamed possible, right? So this is another way to cast a vision with education. And then also, we've got a corporate benefit package. There is no other company, network marketing company out there that has this, right? The family benefits package, medical, dental, vision, life, health advocate, telemedicine, disability, long-term care, reimbursement, holiday checks, national and international Juice Plus Live conferences, leadership school, the Elton's Ball. I just got my dress. It's so gorgeous. And business incentive bonus, which is like an expense account that actually begins at the qualifying senior sales coordinator level, up to $500 a month. Okay, so you can actually be given these benefits as you're moving up. The QNMD is when some of the medical benefits start. Now, I'm not going to go through this in depth because I do have this on boards, how the Juice Plus company literally pays us to learn and help others learn how to inspire healthy living around the world. There's a great message all around this, the whole video. It's about 20 minutes long, but basically it's a wonderful thing to give to people for invitation to the team or as a welcome to the team, because they begin to understand how our business works, right? So everybody starts as a partner. That gives them the ability to save on the sales profit, and the sales profit is 10% of the product volume of all of the Juice Plus product line, different for Tower Gardens, right? But you're not at a commission yet. And though on a trio, which is our most common order, how I teach this is you're going to be saving on your own family's trio orders $30 in sales profit, or you're creating that in a paycheck as you're signing up customers. And then I go on to talk about movement up to getting that promotion to Partner Plus, just three trio orders between two different people, right? And actually, it doesn't even have to be, I don't even think, between two people in today's world. Wendy, you can maybe check me on that, or Denny, because it's really just three orders. It could be in the same family even, okay? You cannot buy, though, sign up a customer outside of your own household, your own address with your credit card. I want to tell you that because sometimes we don't learn about these innuendos, but it's still so easy to move up to Partner Plus. It's the equivalent in product volume of three trio orders. And when you do, you get a title reward of $100 if this is accomplished within the first 10 days, or $50 if it takes you 30 days. Sales profit is the same no matter what title you are, even as a national marketing director. But now you get a raise, and I use promotion and raise when I'm talking about this. When was the last time anybody even heard those words, promotion and raise, right? And I know I'm going fast, so don't worry, you can listen again. But the principle remains that now you're making 5% commission, which is also based on the product volume. So now you're either saving on your own trio orders for your families $45, or you're creating that when you sign up a customer for a trio. And then to get to qualifying sales coordinator, I go through that. It's just the equivalent of 9 more trio orders in volume and bringing one person up to Partner Plus. Who wouldn't want to get to Partner Plus? Right? Who wouldn't want to become a partner and be able to save on the sales profit? But of course, they're going to at least go to Partner Plus because there's $100 title reward waiting for them. So this is a piece of cake. And when you accomplish this within your first 30 days from the first shipment date of your first order, then you're going to get a $400 express title reward. And if it takes you 60 days, you still get $300. The sales profit remains the same, but now you get another raise, a promotion and a raise to the 10% commission level. So now you're either saving or creating $60 instead of $30. And when you get to sales coordinator, honestly, you guys, once you've got a couple of Partner Pluses and a qualifying sales coordinator, don't even worry about the volume. It's just going to come up naturally. And when you accomplish this within 3 months, you get a $600 express track title reward, $500 if it takes you 6 months, right? Sales profit's the same. Now you're at the top commission level of 15%. So why do I make a big deal and have to go through this with you? Because I cannot stand it when you say to a customer, why don't you join my team so you can get the best possible price? And they stay a partner because you never told them, you never gave them a tool that showed them that $30 in savings is not the best possible price. $75 is the best possible price. Keep their eyes on that, and then go back to the partner and the affiliate concept and start at the very beginning and take it one step at a time. There's also sponsor rewards. Whichever title reward that your partner receives, whether it's 100 or 50 or 400 or 300 or 600 or 500, you receive that as well. Okay, can you imagine that? That's a way to boost your paycheck every single month. Bring in a new partner and help them move up that ladder of success. And also, the company is rewarding first-time performance bonus qualifiers. I won't go into what that all means right now. You've got wonderful, wonderful coaches above you, but they've added in this $100 when you do this 2 months in a row. And now they're also first-time promote out bonus qualifier of $300. And guess what? The sponsor receives the same amount for those bonuses as well. And so here we go. Sales coordinators too. When your partner comes up and becomes a sales coordinator, look at that, $600 or $500 right there. And it's a wash, rinse, and repeat. Even as a presidential marketing director plus, when I bring up a new partner and they go through this and they are getting all of these different title rewards, I'm getting those sponsor rewards all along the way. It's wash, rinse, and repeat. And guess what? In this current new comp plan, there's $2,200 possible. Okay. So why wouldn't we want to share this good news with everybody, right? The more you help others to succeed, you succeed as well. Again, it's the best business model ever. This is another way to cast the vision. That's what we do. We cast the vision through a series of educational and relationship building exposures. We take a prospect to a customer, to a raving fan customer. Now they're telling their mom and they're sending you referrals and you're going, no, I don't want to be a salesperson. I don't know your mom. Let's do it together and let's have you join my team so you can get all of that joy and satisfaction that I get when people get to change up their DNA in their own bodies in a positive way and their families as well. But this is another way to cast the vision about the income, right? And then again, how do you move up to $1,000 a month, right? Well, generally a sales coordinator is at about $500 a month. Actually, it can be as high as about $1,100, I think is what's posted as the average when they have what we call a qualified business. But how are you going to get to $1,000 a month and more? Right here, you want to start moving up this ladder of success. And every time you do, look at the title rewards, $1,000, $2,000, $4,000, $7,500, all the way up to $20,000, right? And how are you going to do it is with the 511. And I have a video on this as well. And I want you to watch it. Why do I want you to watch it? I always give you the whys because it really does teach you in a way that you understand the compensation plan. And why is that important? Because sometimes we're afraid of our chicken list, the people that are going to say, well, how do you get paid? And we're not going to know how to tell them, right? And so you can either send them the video or you can master it if you want to, but most people will just send them the video, but they'll see all of it, exactly how anyone can get their promotion, how we get paid, how we can qualify for PBQ and POBQ, and it casts the vision as to how to grow our paychecks, and it creates the exponential growth power that is available within our company. Now, I'm not going to go through this training, but I'm telling you, it shows you how you turn PV into paycheck dollars, right? And what I really wanted to show you is that when you do the 511, which is to get 5 new, using the trio again as the average, 5 new trio capsule customers a month, bring in 1 new partner and get them up to partner plus. And then if you did that every month, you would have the partner plus from the previous month that you're finishing up to the qualifying sales coordinator. Sometimes you do it all in 1 month, but for the ease of explanation, then this helps you to see the numbers, right? And then when you are working towards getting into what we call PBQ, which is doing $1,800 a month between you, your customers, your partners, and your partner pluses, as they are moving up to their promotion to qualifying sales coordinator. Do you see that 1275? So wherever you are right now, if you're running about $500, $600 in your total PV in a month, then focusing on a 511 will get you into PBQ, performance bonus qualification, and that extra $100, and you are on your way moving on up that ladder. But here's another thing. When you add up the paycheck dollars at the sales coordinator and above at the top commission level of 15%, then you are in just your sales profit and commissions, you're adding $327.75 to your paycheck. No, no, no. When you do the whole 511, look at what happens in dollars and cents. Because of the sponsor rewards, you could increase your check right now by $700 to $800 as a sales coordinator or above. And just know that this $1,275 not only feeds into PBQ, but it also feeds into POBQ. I'm not going to go through the training, but just know this is the magic. That's what it's called, the magic of the 511, education and casting vision. You're sitting there going, oh my gosh, I'm only making, $300 a month right now. I could get really close or over that $1,000 a month. Do you see it? And even as a qualifying sales coordinator at only the 10% commission level, not the 15%, you could increase your check by $600 or $700 by focusing on a 511. I just put a message out today on that very subject piece, right? And you get I'm going to call it the royal crown, because you should put a royal crown on your head because you made a difference in the life of so many people. But see, nobody's going to dream. Nobody's going to say, I want to, I can, and I will. And that's our goal for everyone that we're meeting, is they walk away saying, what? I want to do this. I can do it because I've got the support of my mentors. I've got the tools like boards, and we've got all of these Zooms and videos. I can do this, and by golly, I will. But they're not going to say, I want to, I can, and I will, until you show them how it is that they could accomplish it. Nobody wants to dream if they don't believe there's a way possible to dream. So that's why I focus so much on the education of the Juice Plus company pays us to learn. So what do? We connect with people. I already told you that, right? Prospects to customers, to raving fan customers, to partners, but they may or may not yet have goals. They may or may not be saying yes to that conference or that regional, right? But with a series of educational and relationship building exposures, they're going to move into saying, yes, I want to, I can, and I will get to that next level, a prospect to a customer or a partner to a partner with goals. That's what we do, okay? But what gets in our way? Oh, too busy. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. Because people find time and money for what's important to them. And all I know it is very difficult to get to a conference. I know it. I have not missed a conference in 30 years. So there's been 60 of them. Okay. Never missed, not even was I sick even to miss a conference, which is pretty amazing, right? And the fact is it was a pain in the neck trying to get babysitting for my kids, trying to figure out their schedules and make sure their science project was done. And yes, the expense of going, although we would always put 4 people in a room and we'd bring our smoothies, we'd live on Juice Plus Complete during the whole time, right? So we didn't have to buy meals. I mean, we would do everything we could to make it affordable, right? And though in every NMD speech, right? Every NMD speech, we have over 180 national marketing directors right now, okay? Incidentally, over the COVID period of time, we actually created 30 more NMDs. All excuses are the same as far as I'm concerned. But the fact is every one of those new NMDs, what do they say? It was that conference. They may have gone to 10, but it was that conference, they'll say, when the light bulbs went on and God's perfect timing showed up. And that's when I began to climb that compensation plan again, or maybe even for the first time, right? So yes, and the next one is coming up in April. So what gets in our way is limiting beliefs, What gets in our way? Comparison is the thief of joy. Your journey is your journey. You are a blessing, whether you do a little bit or a lot. I say that on the Juice Plus Company Pays Us to Learn video. I tell them, you know what? This isn't a push. You can restart that fast track, not the express track, but you can restart that fast track with those title rewards at any given moment, right? In God's perfect timing, we will be there for you. We're not there to be your boss or your supervisor. And though, if and when you are ready, we will support you as if it's the very beginning. Okay. And this one, this perfection thing, but do I sound perfect to you? Are you kidding me? No, you were born to be real, not to be perfect. I want you being authentic, right? Authentic and just speak the truth in love to people. I don't want you to have a script, right? I want you to be a real person. When God puts those words in your head, just let them come out. He'll give you every person, every word, and every piece of wisdom. That's what he did with me, and he will do it for you. But oh no, this is a slide I've done in every training from day one, is this one. Why? Because they were my words. I'm an adult child of alcoholic parents. And they did the best they could. I'm not mad. I'm not mad anymore. We have to come into forgiveness and compassion, don't we? Okay. But there's a syndrome. And the syndrome is that you've got deep-seated feelings of unworthiness. When I left home at age 18 and moved to Hawaii by myself, didn't know a soul, put myself through college, was poorer than anything, lived with cockroaches that were 3 inches long and flew in the night. And I've been hungry. Okay. So God has given me a wonderful path so I could appreciate where I am today. And though when I left home at age 18, I had 2 goals. One, I didn't want to make money because I had read something about that money was the root of all evil. I wasn't raised in the church. Now, don't worry. I've had 25, 28 years of Bible study. So now I know, but I didn't know what I didn't know then. I thought money was the root of all evil. No, it's not. Money is not the root of all evil. Money, it's the love of money. When the only reason you're doing it, right? That's what gets in our way. No, money gives us choices, but I didn't know that. I didn't want to make money. It's one of the reasons I went into nursing. I loved that. I've always loved it, right? And then I didn't want to have children or get married because I had read that 75% of abused children will abuse their own children despite what they would swear that they would not do or whatever. Okay. So when I say that these were my words, I'm trying to help you to believe me here. I don't want to be your excuse to not do this because you're not loud and whatever like me or you're not a nurse or whatever. Deanna Christofferson, one of my top NMDs, she coined the phrase mom on a mission. She does talks everywhere and it's mom on a mission. You don't have to be a medical healthcare professional or whatever. But no, when I got going, it was all about what will people think? What if they criticize me? I can't take rejection very easily. I'm not important. Nobody will listen to me. I'm not smart enough. I don't have what it takes. I don't feel worthy of friends, money, and influence. And honestly, you guys, my biggest fear was you were going to find out that I wasn't that great. And it wasn't even so much about an ego thing for me. I don't think it was more about, it seems like, because I kind of became sort of famous in our company early on, so to speak. And I'd go to conferences and you guys would be, oh, Wendy and Campbell, la, la, la. And I'd go, oh my gosh, they're going to find out I'm not that great. And and it looked like you needed a hero. And I didn't feel like a hero, right? But God, you know what? He came to me and he said, all of those bullet holes of life, the rapes, everything that you've experienced, I've allowed them for a reason. I've allowed those things to happen. And now that you know me and you've been in Bible study, I'm not going to accept this little neediness thing going on. You're taking all of my light and love and you're holding it in and you're covering up all of those hurt places with Band-Aids. And he told me to rip off those Band-Aids because he wanted his light and love to shine through me and out through all of those holes. Do you see what I'm saying? He didn't want me to trap them. And he said, you know that my light and love is ever flowing. So get over yourself. But it was hard for me to do And it might be hard for some of you too. So that's why I had to tell that story. But I am sick of the I'm not enough. I reached a point where I just got so sick of it. And you're going to have to get to that point too, where you just go out there and well, I'll get to that in just a minute. Because the thing is, the only thing keeping you from getting what you want is the story that you keep telling yourself about why you can't have it. And you can't change how people treat you or what they say about you. All you can do is change how you react to it. Don't let the bad guys win. And I love this saying, it's anonymous, but what others say about me is none of my business. They don't know what they don't know about God's plan for my life. And this is no judgment zone, that no gossip. No, we lift one another up, right? And I was just listening to Joyce Myers just the other day, and she said exactly however many people you can help, that's exactly how many you can hurt. Let's love the people who are hard to love. I was hard to love. You know, sometimes you have like an anger thing that happens when you're raised in the way that I was raised. I was hard to love, but this community softened me. So no, you don't have to be perfect to go on Juice Plus or become a presidential marketing director plus. You don't have to be perfect to be amazing. You're more than enough as you are, and you are capable of amazing things if you were picked and you were chosen here. But listen to this. You can't have it both ways. You could either choose mission-driven or fear-driven. There's only one way to avoid criticism, is to do nothing, say nothing, and be a nothing, right? So a mission-driven builder, team builder, you've got to build team. We don't just keep customers and keep a sales profit. It's prospect to customer, to raving fan, to partner with goals. We don't keep them as a customer. We invite them into the team, right? And then we're going to all coach your person. You don't have to know everything. You've got a whole support team above you that will help you, right? But a coach believes that they take people where they don't know they want to go, because they don't know what they don't know about where they could go if they knew what they wanted. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what God's plan was for my life. Maybe you don't know what God's plan is for your life either. Everybody, just about every NMD on my team initially said, no, when we invited them into the team. They said, no, I don't want to be a salesperson. Same like me. Okay. So we had to cast the vision and do the education, right? And I love this one, that you retire from a job, you don't retire from a mission. That's been my quote for the past 7 or 8 years, right? So that's what I wanted you to know. So what are you going to do? Connections and next step thinking. Update your story. Have a family meeting. Tell the family, I need you. I want you. I need your support. I believe. And in the beginning, I would say, I think this is going to be the passion of my life. I think that God has designed this journey for me. Now I have to say, I know it because he told me so. But you want to speak the truth. So tell them, I think this could become the passion of my life. I don't know if this is something you'd be interested in, but I pick you. I want you. I need you on my team, and we can learn together, right? Have a family meeting, update your memory jogger, and star the folks that you just know you're going to want to invite into your team. Decide to commit to a daily method of operation, whether it's a 2x2x2x2 or a 1x1x1 to talk to 2 new people a day that you've never talked to before about either our products, our Juice Plus, and our mission, and or our job opportunity, because it is an opportunity. And then you follow up with a couple of those people, and then you're going to check in with a couple of customers and check in with a couple of your team members individually, not just in a group way. If you're not going to do the 2x2, do the 1x1x1 daily, or do it weekly, but do something and get into a rhythm. Think about prospect care, customer care, and team care. And then you want, oops, I didn't do this right. Just the next bullet was decide which live events or Zoom events you wish to attend. And then whenever there's a flyer out there and you know you want to get on that Zoom, put it in schedule it right away, schedule it, and save the flyer in your photo. So you've got all the information right there. Okay. And then call your customers, partners, and Partner Pluses, right? And everyone else that you might have held back on. And you didn't tell them the whole story. You just told them they could save $30 sales profit. You didn't tell them about the possibility of the $75, right? So you want to call all of those people and you want to go back to them. And for instance, to your raving fan customers, I want you to say this: I'm sorry, so sorry. It was all about me. I wanted you to believe that I was this warrior angel on a mission. And I am, right? I didn't want you to think it was all about the money. I didn't want to be pushy. It was all about what you would think of me. And though and I want to care as much about your finances though, as I do your health. Could you do that? And then send them. The Juice Plus company pays us to learn, or if you've got a different video, fine. But I love that one. I hear about getting results with that one all the time. What about the partner, all new partners, every new partner, but also existing partners and Partner Pluses especially, right? You're going to go to them and what are you going to say? I'm sorry, so sorry. You said you didn't want to be a salesperson. You didn't want to do the business. You said you just wanted to buy Juice Plus at the best possible price. You know, I didn't know what I didn't know about my responsibility. They're signing a legal document. It's a responsibility that we at least teach them the basics of what they could do if they choose to do it. And also don't forget with those title rewards at 10 days and 30 days, right? I tell people, I don't want you to get mad at me when you find out that you missed $100 or even a couple $1,000, right? In the big picture, as you're moving up to sales coordinator, I don't want you getting mad at me when you find out about it down the road. And I should have sent this to you and I didn't because it was all about me. But no, right now I recognized it. I'm sorry, but you want to watch this video because I want to care as much about your finances as I do your health, right? And then connections and next step action steps. We're going to be going over this in Indy at the wrap up. But your uplines, they will absolutely work with you on this. This is on boards as well. So you want to get organized right now. Pull up the conference to conference planning sheet and start filling it out and request a coaching session with your upline. So I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. And how wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world, right? And then, do you really want this though? More than anything. And what is living a purpose-driven life worth to you? Is it worth giving up other things? We gave up TV. We gave up TV. I remember that. Okay. Is it worth developing the habits and skills required? You might want to do a book report on the purpose-driven life by Rick Warren. Oh my gosh. That changed the direction of many of our leaders' lives. But here's the thing. Now do you see that I'm telling you the truth when I say, don't be afraid to dream big? Because you could do this, right? When I talk about the Juice Plus company pays us to learn, I say, this is not pie in the sky. I didn't set a goal for NMD because I did not believe that I would ever reach NMD. And now I am the top female income earner in this whole company and I've traveled the world, but I didn't believe it. So just take it one step at a time. One step at a time. But if you start today to do the right thing, you're already a success, even if it doesn't show yet. What you do today doesn't generally show up for a couple of few months where your paycheck is starting to grow. Okay. So yeah, so you can dream big dreams, but you can never outdream God. His plans for you are even bigger than you can imagine. I never dreamed that we'd be in Montana, that we'd have a 100-acre ranch that my baby son and his wife and my new baby that's 6 months old, he's so cute, are running for us, or that we'd have 10 acres on the river or a lake house up at Flathead Lake and the fun and the family time. And 2 out of 3 of my kids followed us to Montana and are living by. I had no idea. It was never a dream, but God opened up doors that I could never have even imagined, right? And he gave me that mission statement of honor God, serve people. That's what we do. Do that every day and you'll be a success. You're a blessing whether you do a little bit or a lot. And though, why not you? Come on, why not you take this journey to the top with us? Okay, That's it. Sorry I went so long. That certainly wasn't a half an hour. Sorry. I wasn't sure, but no, that was not a half an hour, but maybe I'll do better next
Okay.
time.
Hey, Wendy, we wanted to give this call to you. You've just gifted us. You've blessed us with who you are, with your heart, with your experience, with your vision, with your passion, with your authenticity. Your authenticity. I just know that that really spoke to me deeply too. It's just, you never know in the scheme of what you just shared with us, what is touching each of our lives, right? In some way, in a big way. I feel like my vision is expanded so far further just by listening tonight. So thank
Also, when
you.
if you lined up all of our national marketing directors, they're all different. They're thin, they're heavy, they're highly educated, they're not educated at all, right? I mean, they're all unique and they're all like you and me and everyone on this call. That's the major thing that I wanted you guys to hear, is that you are absolutely not only acceptable as you are, but honestly, I think most of us die not having used the gifts and talents that God gave to us. And honestly, he's going to give you more. I know he made me smarter during these years. I know he gave me more gifts that I know I didn't have. So trust in him. Let go, let God, but be obedient. That's the key. Be obedient to that small inner voice and act, right? We pray, we listen, and then we are obedient, and then we give God the glory. That's within the Lord's Prayer. He taught us how to pray.
Yes. Yes. Amen. I love it. Absolutely love it. And it is in that stretching that I feel like we need him, right? And just so we're stepping out of our comfort zones, like you were sharing. We're stretching to be something greater, as we're sharing and making a difference. So much in your journey, Wendy. It was excellent.
Okay, well, nobody needs to stay on anymore. You go be with your family. It's God, then family, then us.
Yes. Well, thank you, Denny. I don't know if you'd want to add anything. You muted?
No, just every time I hear you speak, Wendy, it just blows me away. And there's so many powerful lessons, whether it's your wow is in the why, which is more focused on the business, or it's business training, whatever it is. Your authenticity and the way that you just let your light shine in vulnerability. I can't, thank you. I'm speechless. It was
Well,
wonderful.
thank you. That gives me the courage to keep talking. Thank you, honey.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Never stop talking.
I won't.
Yes.
And I'm not going to retire. You die when you retire. I'm not retiring. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you for giving me
Thank
the
you
honor and
so
privilege.
much. Unmute you guys if you want to, and just thank Wendy Campbell tonight.
Thanks, Wendy.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wendy. Oh, so sweet. Thanks, guys. Good night.
Good
night.
night.
So Wendy, are we staying on to do celebrations?
Well, we have 7 minutes. So what do you want to do?
What do you guys want to do?
We
I
can
hate
just
to see
open
you
it
rush
up.
through
Congratulations,
that.
everyone. Congratulations. Great job this month.
Denny
I
and I
mean, we can
do one
put it out on
together.
Voxer. I know Wendy's going to do the updates, and we could share our celebrations on Voxer.
Yes, we could do that. Why don't we just open it up? What did you guys think? Would love to get your feedback, because it's a lot of information. I know we have some newer people on the call. I know that some of the depth with the numbers and things that she was going over probably was just like, wow, that was a lot. That's okay. Just know that I just hope it was visionary about what's possible, with the numbers, with what she was sharing, and just knowing that we have the tools to help you guys see that. So we could set up a call and do that with you guys if you want to understand just even that next step forward, that next place forward, or understanding the 511, what she means by that. So, but let's just open it up and see what you guys have to say. Would love to hear and get your feedback.
I really liked when she talked about someone wanting their mom to get it too. She said, I don't want to be their salesperson. I don't want to sell to your mom. I want you to have the joy that you'll get from seeing your mom, knowing that your mom's DNA is being created healthier all the time. I really like that a lot to say to someone.
Yeah.
And gosh, the fact that children born in 2000 are not expected to live as long as previous generations, that's crazy. And I loved her quote, God put a pharmacy in all of the colors of the rainbow. I'd never heard that before. I
Mm,
really like that.
so
So
good.
thank you.
So good. Yeah.
I thought that her quote, and I've never heard this before, your why becomes your story,
Ah,
makes the relevance of your why so much more important. I mean, we know your why just drives why we do what we do, but to think about, that why becoming your story, it becomes a reality, it becomes the story that you share that inspires other people.
mhm. Yes. Yes. And I want to encourage you guys to print off that why sheet and you can look at hers just to even get ideas because I feel like there's so many things on her list for her that if you look at them and you read them, you would just totally agree with. And so the more we understand what we have in our hands and the reason why we're doing what we're doing, the more joy it just overflows from us. Like I feel like I want to go scream from the mountaintops right now. So I feel like it's um sorry, it really is going to make me cry because I was with my dad today who's never taken nutrition seriously. And he has some really heavy things going on in his life and has for a long time. And I just think how many people are there like that out there that need this kind of hope to prevent these things from happening and to, possibly overcome something, my story, autoimmune, Denny's story, we each have a story. But I don't know where I'd be today without somebody having shared with me, Karen Ewald having shared with me. And really, I loved how Wendy Campbell said on her NMD teams, 180 NMD teams that she has, each one is so uniquely different. And everybody just really has shared their story more. And they've overcome maybe more fear because of doing that. And so I just want to encourage each of you that you have within you the ability just to share, to really connect with people and just share this message of hope and just let it happen. Just let the joy come out, let the story unfold and let your journey just really take root and just move. So I just feel after listening to her even stronger about that in my own journey as well. So
So we need to tag on to what you just said, that quote by John F. Kennedy that one person can make a difference and everyone should try.
mm,
I think that goes right along with what you were just saying with that. And also that was the other thing I was going to mention was the fact that she mentioned that, out of 180 NMDs, everybody's different. Everybody's got their own journey and their own story, which is so true for all of us on that. And also, I just wanted to say hi to Clara. I haven't seen you in a while, girl. It's so good to see you again. Hello, hello.
So good to see you. Oh, anybody else want to share something that really kind of struck them in their heart?
I'll add quickly. You retire from a job, you don't retire from a mission.
Mm,
How huge is that?
mm. Yeah, yeah. So true. Ryan just did that. He's retired into the mission. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to end the recording, Wendy.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll go ahead and just do